Hey everybody, we're finally back.
Ah,
First off, Jaded, thank you for the sub, or the resub I should say, 19 months in a row, let's go, thank you. Hello Techno, hello Stewie, hello Jaded, hello Evan, I think. Um, we're doing a bunch of stuff today, it's been a long time since we've had a stream, it's been a busy month. Evan and Wordy were at GDC. Um, all kinds of meeting madness. I
Nuts.
maybe thank you, Evan, for the resub. Um,
I love this channel.
we've got a stacked lineup today. We've got some House of the Dead. We've got Dino Crisis. We've got some Shades of Horror. We're probably going to be going pretty late tonight. And
I think
on
we
that
are.
note, we do have a giveaway today. I'm going to activate that right now. So we're giving out a physical giveaway for a DualSense controller for the PS5. Keep in mind that this giveaway is only open to US residents. You can enter by typing !ticket. Make sure you are following us, and then, of course, be here at the end. Actually, you don't, well, you want to hang out with us during the stream, because we will be picking the winner off stream and notifying them offline of their win and collecting their information. So hang out with us, be here, and yeah, it'll be a fun time.
It's gonna be fun. We're literally having fun right now.
DDS has not gotten a corporate sponsor or corporate overlords, so
We're working on it.
we're
Don't worry.
working on it.
We
But
told everybody at GDC we'll sell out immediately. Don't worry. Just like
yeah,
just we'll take anything. But
I need to. The biggest challenge today is going to be me trying to figure out where we left off in Dino Crisis. That's going to be
yeah, that's gonna be a shit show.
that's going to be a shit
I'm giving
show.
you like a full 2 hours to figure that out.
Yeah, I'm I'm kind of getting that ready right now. But for
Yeah.
right now, we do have some House of the Dead action to go through. So yeah, Evan, go
Yep. And
for
for
whatever the hell you're gonna
for-
do it.
I'm gonna do it. And for our subscribers who love our subscriber-only content, we did pick up some new treats at GDC. So we will be trying the Super Nintendo controller hard candies that were available at GDC. So we'll be trying those out live on stream. We have Harry Potter Hershey's Kisses
Yeah.
in here, which I'm sure will taste absolutely horrific. And then
as
of
long
course
as they're
we have our
not Bertie Bott's
standbys.
every flavor of beans.
Or is it, maybe that's what they are. Maybe they're all different flavors and stuff. I don't know. It's this random bag. I put them in another bag. And then I guess the other candy that we use, like the Christmas candy, is still good, but the other dots and stuff actually expired because they've been sitting here down so long. So we did replace the dots and the Mike and Ike's. So
They never last
those
the
do continue to be your option here too.
full apartment.
And yes, I'm joined by Corinne and CMM, who is my lobster.
True, I am the lobster. I don't know how this
Here he is,
happened,
my
but I'm a lobster.
You are my lobster.
I feel more like a
and
crab, but I can take lobster.
I love it. Yeah, so we're decided to we were taking a look at the House of the Dead remakes on either the last stream or the stream before, and they got patched. And they were looking pretty damn sweet. So we did actually want to spend some time revisiting House of the Dead, and taking a look at the remake patches and taking a second look at House of the Dead 2 remake on PC because we discovered that there is a way to turn on the classic audio.
Yes.
Which we did not do at our first run through. So we're gonna do this again, and we're gonna do it for reals, for keeps.
For realsies.
And because we're pros, we're doing a full survivor save run in the House of the Dead 2 demo. So get ready. But we didn't get to House of the Dead 3 and 4 last time we were playing House of the Dead, and I know folks do love these games. So I did want to swing by here and play a little bit. Apparently we have no features unlocked, which is good. Fun story. I always like to give people behind the scenes kind of information. We're playing on a PlayStation 3 right now in backwards compatibility mode because it's one of the few places you can still play House of the Dead 3 and 4 on basically at 720p or something approximating that. But I don't know if we pointed this out the last time. There's something very interesting on this menu here that I don't think a lot of people will notice. And actually, Corinne, I'm curious if you know what it is.
On this menu,
It's right here, and it is like a gigantic, like ringing siren. Can you figure out what it is right here?
what calibration? What?
No, it's help and options. And
You get
way
help.
back, yeah, yeah, way back
need
when
that.
these the House of the Dead 3 and 4 ports for the PS3 were obviously, like a million years ago. But this was during these came out during the time of the Xbox Live Arcade. And if you ever found a PlayStation 3 game that was only on PlayStation 3, but somehow had this exact wording here, this was an Xbox Live Arcade specific, I think, cert requirement to have something called help and options on there. And the story goes for the House of Dead 3 and the 4 ports that there was originally an Xbox 360 version of both of these, which did not come to pass. But we do know that House of Dead 3's home release originally was on the original Xbox, so
Yep.
there was precedent for it. But it did not happen. And for folks who have played Railbreak, the greatest light gun game ever made, as I'm told after GDC, because people did just love it there. Our shotgun in Railbreak is obviously designed to be just like the shotgun from, as an homage to the shotgun from this game as well. Just as the Uzi in Railbreak is designed to be an homage to House of Dead 4, the handgun is obviously designed to play like the Time Crisis handgun and stuff like that. So everything's a reference with us. But I did just want to share that little dev thing here that this being on this main menu says that there was originally going to be an Xbox Live Arcade port for this, and clearly something horrible happened to stop that.
Metal Wolf, thank you so much for the Prime sub. And hello, Forsen. Hey, Evan, can you show me the extra contents menu real quick? Just because I'm very curious.
Yeah, that's it,
Oh.
right here.
Oh, okay. Well, good job unlocking that.
Yeah, I come prepared to these streams. I probably like even the calibration menu will just say you have not unlocked the calibration menu yet.
Yep.
Yeah, you haven't played the game. You can't calibrate yet. What are you doing?
No. This game does support the PS Move controller. We do have several of them sitting here. I didn't have the time to hook them up though, but it actually does support it as a light gun, which is very cool. And fans of being alive 20 years ago will recognize that the Wii did actually get
I wasn't
ports
20 years ago.
Yes.
I wasn't a fan.
Well, you weren't.
I was
a fan,
alive.
you
I
were
just
still
wasn't a fan of being alive 20
Yeah.
years.
I was about to say your birthday was like moving around wildly at one point, so I'm sitting here just waiting for you to say like, yeah, I wasn't alive 20 years ago.
No, I was alive. I just wasn't happy to
Yeah.
be alive 20 years ago.
Yeah.
There you go. Would you say you're happy to be alive now?
Kind of, yeah.
Moving
A lot
on.
better off.
A lot better off. But the Wii
Still bad.
so bad. The Wii did get a port of House of the Dead 3, but hilariously enough, it did not get a port of House of the Dead 4. It got a port of House of the Dead 2.
Yep. House of the Dead 2 and 3 Return, which is a baller collection.
It is. It's really good on the Wii too,
It's
because
great.
again, it approximates a light gun pretty well.
You can even calibrate it on Wii to your TV to make the cursor turn off, so you can try to make it actually aim like an actual light gun.
Yeah, isn't that cool? And actually, it is a much better light gun experience than what the Dark Side Chronicles and Umbrella Chronicles from Resident Evil did, which were like, I do love those games
Never
because you
played
kind of get like a retelling of the old Resident Evil games, but like they suck from like a gameplay perspective. And I say that with love, Capcom. All right, so let's play a little bit of this. Now I'm a pro. Oh, but it's online ranking, so we don't want to do that. I was gonna play ranked play because I'm a pro. Mode select. I want to play. I guess Survivor. Okay, we only have chapters 0 and 1 unlocked. I must have done terrible the last time we played this.
That sounds right.
Is that on easy? We'll
I
max out the
wasn't here
live
when
so
you
we can see a
played
bit
it.
of the game. Really, you weren't?
Probably. Well, no, like I wasn't in the stream.
Ooh, gratuitous for
Or
violence.
Gratuitous.
Chat, what do you want for
Gratuitous.
blood color? We doing green or red?
Also, hello, Sarge.
Hey, Sarge.
Thank you guys for
We
the
want
hype
to be
train, by the way.
broadcast outside of America. We should probably do green.
Oh, just to support that. Were we doing green? Chat.
They say
Sarge cannot remember what happened. 20
Stewie
years
wants
ago.
red. I got one vote for red.
I got a hype chest. What is the hell is a hype chest?
You get an emote for it because we had a
green.
hype train. I got a balloon animal dog.
Sarge asking for blue. Unfortunately, it's only red and green. It's only Christmas colors.
Yeah, only Christmas. That's sad.
All right, let's do some.
They
red.
should have had a rainbow option.
Yeah, Rainbow Railbreak did. but
No.
we're
All right.
but that's
Now
us.
that means that Sarge says green. Oh, Stewie says go for whatever. So
Yeah.
I guess we're at green.
How's the audio? It feels low.
It does feel low.
Hold on 1 second.
At the Curian residence. That residence?
I'm trying to get to audio.
You know, the only thing that was a shame about that House of the Dead 2 and 3 collection is that House of the Dead 1 wasn't done and included.
Yeah, it's crime against humanity right there.
Also, thanks, Corin, for the 23 months in a row. Almost
We haven't
2
streamed in
years.
so long, I could redeem.
All right, we got some audio going here.
Also, I think I found where we are in Dino Crisis. And I've got great
That's
news
good.
for you, Evan. We're not close to finished.
Oh, great, good. That's what I wanted to hear.
If Evan's playing, just assume we're not near the end of the game.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
We're never
We're
gonna
never.
finish it.
Never ever near the end of the game.
Friends who played Railbreak, our hit light gun game, will notice that we also did borrow the idea of showing the gun moving around the screen like this from this title. That's where that inspiration came from.
Yep.
And if anybody ever actually played this in the arcade, it actually did have a shotgun in the arcade, and you reloaded by pumping the shotgun, which was super cool.
Beep.
But the shotgun and Railbreak was kind of designed like this, where it fires super fast, and it was kind of a cool idea for this too. The original
my
Xbox
favorite
version of this did have a shotgun light gun you could buy too with it, which was really neat.
I really enjoyed, the shotgun and rail break so much that when Evan made my character, he purposely nerfed the shotgun for my character only.
I super did. The shotgun sucks when you're playing as Corinne in Railbreak.
Yep.
It's awful.
Anything I used, he took it away to make me play differently.
An
Without
auto
me playing
shotgun that has pump action, yeah. You know, I had one of those, I don't really usually buy, like, plastic shells for Wii stuff, but I did have one that was a shotgun. It was a giant red shotgun with pump action, and it was glorious.
That's awesome.
It was very heavy, too. I saw it and I just had to have it, especially because it was bright red. It was like a metallic red.
I live for shit like that.
Sam.
What the doctors say, I'll gladly step into forbidden
The audio's still a little bit low.
Is it? Let me see what I can do.
Wee bit. Don't go
looking
chasing
for
waterfalls. Chase shadows
waterfalls?
instead.
I need the volume mixer.
That case?
It's been 2
That
weeks
ca-
since we lost contact with the road.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's much better.
Any longer.
We can't wait any longer.
I promised Mom that I'd bring him home.
Hey, that's Sherry and Cheryl's cousin.
Right.
Oh, is everyone in this game named Cheryl?
What did we do last time? Let's do parking. I think we did entrance
I
last
think we did
time.
entrance last time too, yeah.
Yeah.
That case?
This game was awesome in the arcade, though. I really
Dude,
enjoyed
yes.
it.
I never played
Years
it.
ago in, I don't know if they still have it, because I haven't been there, but the GameWorks in Seattle had House of the Dead 2, 3, and House of the Dead 4 cabinets. And they were beautiful cabinets.
I have a great House of the Dead 4 arcade story from Japan, but I'll save it for when we're actually playing that one next.
I actually played through House of the Dead 4 arcade for the first time recently at GDQ because they had a cab.
Oh, nice.
Although, unfortunately, the guns were not particularly well calibrated. It's a fun game, although it's probably my least favorite of the House of the Deads. I still need to play Scarlet
Save them.
Dawn.
Yeah, I do. I need to play that too. I've actually been looking for like I've always been hoping for a home release of that, but we never seem to get it.
I've heard it's very, very good.
The fact that we haven't seen that and we haven't seen like the Time Crisis collection at some point is
I
kind
know.
of mind blowing to me.
I think it's criminal that they didn't do a Time Crisis collection on Wii. It would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Gotta be kidding.
All right. It looks like you can shoot this guy in the groin or the face.
what's the difference?
So we already know what Evan's gonna pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scarlet
it's all
Dawn
about-
is basically House of the Dead 5.
Let's keep going.
It looks great. I watched a little bit of a playthrough of it too.
Yeah,
I also
right.
hope we get these Silent Hill like on game at some point.
Oh yeah.
Which I was able to play when I lived in Japan, which was fantastic at
Oh,
the
that's
time.
cool.
It was really, really cool. The way that it was set up is you go underneath this little curtain to go play it. And the
Oh,
curtain
yes.
looks like the other world. It's really neat.
Is it one of those booth games?
Yeah. And
Just
it was
like the pirate one. I forgot the name of the pirate one.
we lived in Beppu, so we were near Fukuoka and Oita, and Oita had this great arcade in the area where you got off by the off the bus. And we always went in there to play arcade games. It was just fantastic. Fukuoka had some good arcades too. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that pirate game that Namco did. At GameWorks, they had the booth cabinet of it with like the giant pirate steering wheel.
That's so cool.
And like the giant, the two giant cannons, of course, which were basically Gatling guns. I
I'm
wish I
playing
could
this
go
on a
to
dual-
Japan for arcades.
Above you.
Yeah, Dead Storm
Oh, yeah.
Pirates. That was it. Thank you, Jaden. I always
That's it,
forget
yeah,
the name.
it's Sword Pirates. I want to play that, and then the next time I'm in Japan, I do want to make some time and try to find the Metal Gear Solid pachinko machine.
Oh yes.
And the Silent Hill pachinko machine, which is just absolute insanity.
I want to play the Goemon pachinko machine because that one is pretty
Oh, yeah.
wild too. Also, apparently my sock has a hole in it. I just felt my toe. So that's everyone. If anyone on the stream was interested,
That's good. You keep us posted on that.
Evan shot a hole through my sock with the shotgun in House of the Dead 3.
Seed rank.
That's right. I got 0 fires.
0 fires.
You all right, Lisa?
Yeah, just a little
Yeah.
shaken up.
What did we do last time? I
I
think we did Bioplant last time,
feel
right?
like
Let's
we
do
did
the
Bioplant too. Yeah.
yeah. Let's do the DBR Institute.
Was
I
my
wonder
father
if
always
Lisa is
involved in
cold.
missions
Is that her name?
like this?
Yeah.
Her name's Lisa. Yes.
Times are
Brr.
Burr. But she's really just Heather or Cheryl from some. Or wait,
Yeah.
are we? Wait, I forget. When we already said Silent Hill 3 is coming up for us. Are we doing
Yeah.
spoilers or no spoilers?
No spoilers, I think.
Then Heather looks really damn cold.
Yeah.
The key. The
Hi,
key
Rabbit.
to remove the barrier
It's good to
between
see you.
life and death. You don't need to.
Don't
Good
worry.
old life and
People who
death.
play Dead by Daylight have already had it given away for them.
That's true.
Oh, did they just spoil it in Dead by Daylight?
Yes.
Well, I don't like Dead by Daylight very much, so I haven't had it spoiled for me.
Pyramid Head's in there.
I know. The
My
funniest
favorite
one is
player.
what's his face? Pinhead.
What happened to the world?
You
boy.
summoned
The
me. I
1998
came.
transaction case happened, I suppose.
Yeah, he did. Oh my God.
Your father and I put a stop to it, though.
Yeah, he's getting removed from the store soon. People
Is he?
will buy it from him. Yeah, the contract ran out. So
No.
I'll go play him. If you don't have him, I go buy him now. Or else I'll never go
I
buy
might
him
have
again.
to go and do that just because that voice line is really funny to me.
Don't worry, he always came after me.
Kurt, I think your voice is a little
I
on
was
the
gonna
low
say,
side.
yeah,
Yeah,
What?
that's a little bit better.
that's a bit better.
I was gonna note the overweight zombies. These guys here obviously were the inspiration for our glutton in Rail Break.
I thought you were gonna say Fat Subway Guy, but yeah.
They were inspiration for Fat Subway Guy. Yes.
What? Oh, I shouldn't give out spoilers. Okay, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
no
say
spoilers.
that. Like, guys.
Yeah, you don't want to give out those Dino Break spoilers.
Yeah. Rabbit, so
Just when
there,
everyone-
I guess it's kind of, it's there is a chain in the U.S. called Barcade, and it's much more focused on the arcade machines than the food aspect. Like there's like beers on tap and food options, but it's for all intents and purposes it's an arcade, and they actually have some pretty
Nice.
good machine selections. And then
I'm
there's
still
like
working on trying to find a way to get Rail Break to like a Dave and Buster's or something. I think that would be
yeah, that
awesome.
would be fun. They're
You know?
what do you call it? Arcade is definitely many steps above Dave and Buster's in terms of quality cabinets.
Yeah, when you need
Is
someone
there-
to
is there
prove
one
that
out here
the game
by
is
us?
beatable, you just need to have me play it, I guess.
Yeah, Evan, in New Haven, there's
Oh, nice.
a barcade in downtown.
We have to do a company night at some point then.
We should.
Yeah.
I've been there plenty.
For it.
Yeah, there's one in Jersey, there's one in New York, there's one in... I forget where else. I know they opened another one recently, too.
This asshole.
They have everything from, like, House of the Dead. I know LA Machine Guns was at the one in New Haven for a while.
Nice.
Street Fighter UMK, Neo Geo MVS,
Wow.
Play Choice, some really weird machines like Prop Cycle by Namco, which is a bicycle game. Stuff like Galaga and Frogger and whatnot too, but also like Terminator 2 and like all kinds of stuff. They have a lot of variety. Each of their places usually has, depending on size, usually has like 30 to 40 machines, and then there's some pinball too.
She's doing pretty good here.
Yeah, look at you.
Now look at me go. Look at me go.
Oh, they had Tron
Maybe
Arcade, which was fun.
Maybe we're gonna finally see the end of this game.
He says on chapter 1.
Yeah.
Hey, you
I'm
got...
feeling really.
I was to say you got 9
Continue.
credits, and there goes one of them.
Famous last words on it.
I got this.
You're gonna lose like 3 credits on the final boss alone.
Terrible.
No, get away from the vending machines. I need those.
I need my orange, whatever it was in
Yeah.
Rail Break.
Yeah. We're gonna be talking about vending machines later on in Shades of Horror, so we brought some of them back for everybody to
Yeah.
be excited about.
That's why we played House of the Dead 3, because there's vending machines.
Exactly. to show that one vending machine. It all links together.
We're so good at this.
What's that smell? Oh man.
What is
Oh man.
Oh man.
feeding ground?
So, chat, how has life been this past month while we've been gone? We haven't streamed in forever.
Coming, Lisa.
Yeah. It's just crunch.
I've been working.
Hey, he's a fool.
He is. I like his Wolverine claws, though. Adamantium Rage. Oh no,
Look at this
Sarge.
clown.
I'm
He's
sorry to hear
struggling.
that. It's been kind of rough for a lot of people I've been hearing lately. Kind of myself included a little bit. I don't know what it is. Something's in the air.
Pollen.
Oh, there's that.
Yeah, it's pollen.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I have a tree, right? I have trees, a bunch of trees, all outside in my complex, and let's just say every time I walk outside, I have to sneeze 13 times in a row, and I feel like I'm gonna die.
Oh god. I used to get allergies pretty bad, but now not so much for some reason. This poor sloth thing is having a day.
This is kind of a fascinating boss fight because clearly you can keep climbing this tower forever. So it must just
Yeah.
be generating more meshes behind me as I'm moving.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going forward now.
Now I'm going forward. That's
Now we're going
crazy.
the other way. Again, reminder guys, we do have a giveaway going on. It is a physical giveaway open to US residents only for a DualSense controller. That is the PlayStation 5 controller. Winner will be chosen offline. You just need to type !ticket, be following us, and hang out in chat tonight for a chance to win.
Rain of
Oh,
bodies.
He's pooping on us.
Yep.
He's even making poop noises.
This guy has a lot of health.
Yeah, this boss always annoys me. Because his weak points are in weird spots, and it feels like it takes forever, but that's probably just because I suck. Blap, blap,
Yeah, I got
blap,
that
blap.
problem too.
Blap, 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 blap.
Come on.
Blap, 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 blap. Blap, 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 blap.
Look at this asshole.
I know. Oh, now he's dead. You killed the sloth.
Bye, buddy.
He fell down the end
Oh.
staircase. Don't worry, we're at the top.
Had enough yet?
Does House
Who
of
are you
the
talking
Dead
to?
3 have remote play? I
don't know.
I don't know, actually.
That's a great question. Bum, bum, bum. I got an
Bewilderment.
achievement. Bewilderment.
So, you and my father stopped Kyrion's plans, right?
Well,
We sure
isn't that
did.
on the PS3.
Oh, we gotta pick another one. How about not the biolab?
Yeah, not the biolab. We did that one last time.
Evan, are you
West-
playing on
Sorry.
PS3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on a PS3 right now.
Yeah,
Yep.
so no remote play on PS3.
Maybe someone's trying to continue.
Yeah, we're on. This is this game was available digitally on the PSN store. I don't know if this is if I got this off the Japanese store or the American one. I can't remember anymore.
I know it was available on the American one at least.
Also say I don't have a
Yeah.
PlayStation even if I ordered it.
I probably got it from there.
I'm broke
Sensory chaos.
for now.
Where did Heather find the time to star in this game after Silent Hill 3?
You just stepped in the stupid lasers. You're dumb.
She just walked right through them.
This way.
Just
You're
go
not
back in the
looking.
elevator.
At least they weren't the Resident Evil movie lasers, you know?
Yeah, or the
Yeah,
Sonic
that was a
movie
great
lasers.
scene.
Not even Rogan.
That too.
Oh, it's this guy again. Hi, Death.
Boss fight.
You know we need to find a way to stream at some point, Ev?
What's that?
Pinball of the Dead.
Yes. God, how would we even do that?
Game Boy player.
I do have one here.
Yeah. Figure it out one
Oh, that
of
might
these
be
times.
that might be the answer. Yeah. Break out the old GameCube.
Yep. Probably the easiest way to do it.
I have GameCube. I have two.
Yay.
Nice. Guys, you remember how great the Super Game Boy was on the SNES
I
at the time?
love Super Game Boy. I was telling someone
my
about it
God.
last week.
What an amazing peripheral.
Yeah, it's really cool. There's some really interesting uses of it too. I think one of my favorites is if you had the Game Boy version of Space Invaders. It actually had an SNES ROM on the cart that would activate if you put it on a Super Game Boy,
Wow.
which is very interesting and very strange.
They did a lot of fun stuff like that, like the Super Mario Brothers 3 Game Boy Advance release. You could get like cards with new levels and
Yeah.
stuff too.
Actually, if you have Nintendo Switch Online, they basically hacked that game so that all of the level cards are in the base ROM. So even the ones
Whoa.
that weren't released, you can play.
Oh, I gotta check that out at some point.
Yeah, the e-reader cards. Oh, we have an ad coming.
Oh, time to try one of our many new GDC candies.
True. The other fun one is there's a few more fun ones, but if you have the Game Boy version of Killer Instinct and you play it on a Super Game Boy, it supports same screen versus multiplayer if you plug in a second controller.
Really?
Yeah. Normally you'd have to do like link cable, but yep.
That is super cool. This whole level is just one big boss fight.
Yeah. Death is pretty clumsy. He's not like Final Destination Death. I don't know if anyone watched the Final Destination Bloodlines trailer. Definitely
No,
looks
is it
like
any
Final... definitely looks like Final Destination, and hopefully not the poo-poo Final Destination, so I'm hopeful.
God, the
Yeah,
original
I've been seeing
one
a lot
in the
more
theaters was
Star Wars
great.
in the theater. We got
I'm
posters
sorry,
for
Corinne.
it.
Here again.
I'm sorry, your mic is really, really low. Oh, hold on, unless it's just my end here. I don't know.
Is that better?
Oh yeah, it's
That
much
is
better.
better.
Thank you.
Okay, I accidentally messed with the setting of my mic. I was saying I work in a movie theater, and I've been seeing a lot for that recently.
Yeah.
Nice.
We got
And
posters.
The original was freaking awesome. Oh, Corinne,
Yeah.
you got to give us a review of Until Dawn when it comes out too.
Oh boy.
Burr. If they don't say burr
I
in the
have to know
movie, it's not
everything.
authentic.
It's true.
From everything I've seen about it, I'm like, what is Until Dawn about this? Please tell me.
Yeah, it looks aggressively
I wonder-
mid.
I wonder how it came to be. You know,
It looks like more like a Dead by Daylight movie than an Until Dawn movie.
Yeah.
We're
Burr.
getting a Dead by Daylight movie before the Dead by Daylight movie.
Oh yeah, they're doing one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am excited to do. Speaking of Until Dawn, excited to do House of Ashes with Corinne for co-op. That's gonna be a hoot.
Oh yes, that will be fun.
Yeah.
Can't wait for him to kill me every single step he gets, and then I'm gonna have no one to play left. No one to play as.
Why is my,
No, we're gonna save everybody.
why is my encoding?
See how that worked with. Remember what you did to my girl Hayden?
We saved her.
Yeah.
You
If by
move the
save,
controller.
if by saved you mean like she's now in heaven.
No, what Evan prefers is the phrase is that he made her lose some weight. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Is that what I said? Holy shit! I'm a
made it-
monster.
He cleared out her bowels. Okay.
Oh.
He had a
Oh
plan
my
to go on.
god!
Oh, she finally got to use the toilet. Good for her.
Oh my god! This all better be the tell-all book about my about what I've done to the team. But I'm looking forward to that. And what else? Oh, we were talking about doing. Before that, though, we're gonna do a little bit of Call of Duty Zombies to check that out. Once we're done with Dino Crisis, do a little bit co-op Call of Duty Zombies, which folks who watch the stream can join us if they'd like. We're gonna do it on Xbox.
Well, if you play anything post Modern Warfare 2019, it's cross-platform between everything for Call of Duty
nice.
Zombies. So you
Yeah,
can
well,
play it on Xbox, PlayStation, or PC all together. So
We should try to get the community in on that.
Yeah, that would
That'd
be a fun game night.
just know that I carry really hard, so I apologize ahead of time if it lasts all night.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna need some help. I mean, like, I think that's
Well,
great.
then again, you can't extract now, so that is a thing. So
Wave
you can leave whenever
89.
you want.
Give it up.
I have not played Call of Duty Zombies in many years now, so I'm actually fascinated to see like what the state of it is currently, because I liked it in Black Ops 1 and 2.
I love Black Ops 2 is still my favorite.
I think the current one is very interesting with how they've done it this time. I've watched a little bit of it.
But
Well, he's dead, Jim.
I mean, I enjoy it. It's not as much as like I would have enjoyed. I don't know, Black Ops 2 Zombies.
I like all the like
on
over
the
the
new
top
engine.
stuff.
Techno Union, yeah, you should definitely play with us. We'll be missing that. I mean, I was kind of hoping we'd be done with Dino Crisis tonight, but CMM says we have quite a bit more to go, so
Yeah.
That was
we may be two streams off from that.
Yeah, sure. 2
Bioplant!
streams.
Maybe even 4.
Yeah, maybe even 6.
Oh god.
No, I don't think quite that bad, but we'll see.
don't sweat a kid.
I know.
Pretty good in this game, though.
Stubborn and
Just like I don't sweat.
I don't anymore. I have no actual heat left in my body. I'm just kind of a walking skeleton now.
Hmm.
I found it, Daniel. These genes will change the future.
I wish he was talking about blue jeans.
I was about to say that. Like, imagine if like the backstory was he made jeans. And like Daniel here is dying in this bed, and he's just like, "Look at this awesome pair of Wranglers I made you." Also, why is he laughing at the dying kid?
Oh, I think that's his child. I think.
I mean, but still.
Unhinged.
So he's laughing at his child.
He's
who's
lying
dying.
at his dying child.
my father always put work ahead
Of course, the story makes perfect sense now.
Many memories
I mean, it is
of spending
Kyrian.
time with Mom and me.
That case.
Ouch. That's pretty harsh.
Well, what do you expect? He's always making us worry. I should slap him upside the head for Mom.
True. Have you played Devil's Crush in a minute, Evan?
No, not in quite a while.
God, I love that game.
Well, that's a memory.
I love that game. It's so good.
We got obviously not a sequel or spiritual successor, but we got Devil's
Oh yeah,
an indie dev did it.
yeah.
I can't think of the title of it. It was Devil's something.
Demon Tilt,
Demon Tilt. Thank you.
and then
That's
they
what
did
I'm
a
thinking
sequel to that too. I haven't had time to play much of Demon Tilt yet. We should do a
I
night
tried
of
a little-
like, we should do like a stream of like horror-themed pinball games because there's actually quite a lot of them.
of. Oh, that'd be fun. I would really
Alien
like that.
Crush, Devil's Crush, Alien Crush Returns, Pinball of the Dead.
The only thing I'm going to
Tilt.
request is if we do that, you have to let me play a little bit of Sonic Spinball as part of that.
Oh, of course. I mean, that is horrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, it is horrible.
And it's pretty great. I love Sonic Spinball.
I love Sonic Spinball. So good.
Especially that options menu song.
Yeah.
They just
At some
shred.
point we will have to do like a Switch night at some point. Maybe when
Yeah.
the Switch 2 comes out, we'll do it, and we'll do because it's gonna be. I think they already announced it as BC, so
Yeah.
maybe we could use the Switch 2 as an excuse to do like a quick walkthrough and maybe do some Smash Brothers and Kart and stuff, and see what
Yeah.
else was on there that was interesting. Yeah, we'll message the Call of Duty thing ahead of time through all the socials and stuff, so people who want to play can jump in on that.
Stewie, do you remember the name of the sequel, The Demon's Tilt? Like, my brain is just, like, not working right now. I believe
Demon's
it's
Tilt is a great
Demon
name, though.
something.
Finally, we're out.
Finally, we're out.
What the hell is that thing?
Brr.
Watch out! Lisa, this way.
I'm not ready to
Yeah,
be pushing up daisies
it's gonna drive me
just
crazy.
yet.
Hang on.
This game runs great on the PS3 though. This is really solid for a port.
Demon's Tilt's sequel, Xeno Tilt, Hostile Pinball Action.
Nice. They got a limited run release, I think, at some point too.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
Now I got Sonic Spinball music in my brain.
That game, that was something else.
Dude, I don't think I ever got past like the 3rd stage.
God, I wish we had more time. See, there's so much stuff I'd love to do on stream. I'd love to do Jurassic Park on the Sega CD.
Oh
at
man,
some
yeah,
point.
we need to do a Sega night.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sega CD stuff. Ugh.
Sewer Shark.
Yeah, I was
Don't
gonna
fuck
say
around with
Sewer Shark, some Night Trap,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
some Sylpheed.
God, there's so many great things in there. One of the things I actually don't love on the Sega CD is not that it's a bad game or anything, because it's actually really fun. But the Shining Force CD was actually a port of the Game Gear version, and it's actually like really pared down. It's still a perfectly fun game, but like a lot of the non-combat parts of Shining Force 2 were basically removed from it.
Oh, interesting.
It's kind of a bummer. It's basically just a non-stop battle simulator.
Spinball was, I believe, around the time of Sonic 2, maybe a little bit after, maybe a little bit
It
before.
was very near that. Sonic Spinball was very early in like the Sonic release set of games. You know, the thing too is like Sonic games came when they started coming really fucking fast.
Yeah.
And like we had Sonic 1, 2, Spinball, and 3.
Yep.
I think in like the span of like 4.5 years. It was something
Yeah.
ridiculous like that.
And it's not even counting like the Game Gear ones, or
Yeah,
like Mean Bean
which were-
Machine or whatever.
The Game Gear ones were fascinating because
Yeah.
they were like super. They basically lowered the FOV to an insane degree to make it run well in the Game Gear, and it was wild because like Sonic takes up like a third of the screen. in the
It's
Game
just,
Gear version.
yeah. Sonic 1
He's
Game
cute.
Gear is legitimately really good.
It is.
The Master System versions of those games are definitely better of the ones that have them because they have a larger screen, but they seem content to only re-release the Game Gear versions these days for some reason.
The Master System versions were interesting.
Yeah, like Sonic 2 Game Gear is notorious because of that first boss battle on Game Gear, which is extremely hard because of the lack of screen real estate. But on Master System, you have the full screen and it's actually an easy boss fight like it's intended to be.
I would also imagine the hardware is probably stronger on the Master System than the Game Gear.
It's actually
even though-
almost identical.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's the one thing that I always love about the Genesis and the Master System was that one of the big selling points and why Sonic was so big at the time was that the Genesis was showing basically that smooth scrolling, which was very hard to do on an NES for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
And it's always fascinating to me that was like one of the big technical selling points is the screen can scroll.
Yeah, the
you know?
parallax scrolling is very
Yeah.
smooth and cool.
It's wild.
The
Well,
what do you call it? Sonic 1 Master System, Sonic Chaos, and Sonic Triple Trouble are all pretty
Got to
solid.
believe in yourself, Lisa.
Chaotic. I had a 32X, and I did
Oh,
play
yeah.
through Chaotix a while back. That is a fascinatingly weird.
It's a very weird game. I haven't had the chance
Yeah.
to play through it. I own a 32X and I own the game. I just don't have a setup for it.
It's wild. Like
Yeah.
it was almost like a vision into what was coming after Sonic Adventure 2, but like 10 years before that. Like it's just off the wall insanity. And 3D Blast on the 32X version, not the crappier. I think there was a Genesis version that was super like pared back. I only ever played the 32X
yeah,
version.
so there's a Genesis version and then there's a Saturn version.
Saturn. That's something of the Saturn version. Yeah.
Yeah, the Saturn version has they have two different soundtracks, which is interesting.
Yeah. The Saturn version of 3D Blast is legitimately great, though.
It's really
the Genesis
cool, yeah.
version is Genesis version is kind of interesting that it exists, but it's not great.
It's definitely better than I thought it would be at the time. I grew up with the PC version of Sonic 3D Blast, which was based on the Saturn version.
Oh, nice.
And ended up renting the Genesis version at some point. They're definitely two different vibes.
Yeah. That was also a cool time too, because like things like Sonic CD got a PC release, like a native
Yeah.
PC release at the time too.
I had that
like
too.
It was weird stuff like that.
Yeah. I have Sonic CD on PC, and now I have it on Sega CD as well, but lots of different versions of that game in particular. And it's funny to think the Sega CD version of it only really got re-released in its original form very recently on the Sega Genesis Mini 2.
Yeah.
Because in 2010 they put out the remaster, and that's the version that's in Sonic Origins as well. But the actual raw Sega CD version with the raw, like the very tiny cutscenes and full soundtrack were only recently.
That's wild. We got some terrible ports, like in the 2000s. We got some terrible ports of the original Sonic games too, on like the GameCube and stuff.
The
Dad for me.
Mega Collection's okay, but I never really played it because I had them on Genesis. So
the emulation was not great.
yeah, I can imagine probably.
Like I mean, it
not.
was better than nothing, but it was
Yeah.
like
There's always the Sonic the Hedgehog 1 release on Game Boy Advance, which is special.
Just wait.
That re-release is a whole lot of ass.
But what did they re-release that on?
So they had it. It was for 20th anniversary of Sonic, alongside Sonic 06. They released Sonic the Hedgehog 1 on Game Boy Advance. I think they called it Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis, and the emulation on that is like possibly the worst I've ever seen in a consumer retail release in my life.
Why the hell would Sonic 06 get a re-release? Like,
Or
who
not
would
Sonic
who would even want
06.
that?
Just Sonic 1.
Oh, okay.
But the
was about to
Sonic
say, 'cause, like-
the Sonic 1 emulation was just wretched.
Sonic 06 was just horrific. I don't even know what the fuck was going on over there.
There's a pretty prolific project that has remade Sonic 06 in, of all things, Unity. That's actually very solid, which is interesting. It fixes
God.
a lot of its issues.
Well, I guess time for a GDC story. For anybody wondering, Unity was super duper not there. Unreal Engine and NVIDIA were everywhere. AMD was not. Unity Super was not anywhere.
Father left behind.
Rip.
Spent the last 19
Yeah,
Hi,
Rip is
Water.
right. Hey, Water.
Yeah, the Sonic 06 fan project, or fan remake, is Sonic P06. It's definitely worth looking into.
That should give us the
When that's finished, let me know, and we should actually look into that on stream, because it's a fascinating game from a technical perspective, even though from a game perspective, it's awful.
Yeah, they're almost done with the Silver campaign. They finished the Sonic and Shadow campaigns. I don't know. I think the other big thing left are like the hub worlds and stuff. They've been mainly focusing on stages so far.
I'd like to check that out when they're
Yeah.
done. I would be curious to do, like, I don't want to play through the game, obviously, because I'd rather throw myself off a bridge, but
Sure.
But I would like to talk about that game from a technical perspective, because it was doing a lot of really cool stuff at the time.
Yeah.
It's just a shame that they didn't, build a game around it. They built whatever the fuck that was.
One thing that is cool is that they recreated the E3 beta demo from when they first showed it off. That like version
Oh, really?
of Kingdom Valley, and included it.
Okay, that's worth checking out then. This is not going well for me.
I mean, could go worse, right? Doesn't look too bad. You still have a bunch of credits.
Yeah, I'm glad I set those to max.
God, we need to go through House of the Dead Overkill at some point. That'll be a mature audience stream.
I think it's on the PS3 here. I was gonna boot it up
is.
quick if it was.
Yeah.
I gotta check though and see if it's actually installed. I don't know if it is.
Yeah.
House Dead Overkill's fun though. I love that
it
game.
is. Definitely very different, but still really neat.
Oh, so it's funny that this is actually perfectly done. So you have to bring up House of Dead Overkill. Your recordings you did for the openings to the Railbreak story levels. I put all the Railbreak OST into Shades of Horror the other day, and I'm gonna work on trying to layer. You know, like how they do with the first level, the soundtrack for the first level in Overkill. It's Caesar something. I can't remember his name.
Oh yeah.
And they have his voiceover over the song.
Oh
At the
yeah.
beginning. And I'm gonna try to get your voiceovers to kind of mimic that.
That's
I have the
awesome.
Railbreak soundtrack in there, so I am gonna spend like an hour at some point trying to do that. Because I think it'll mesh over really well. But it's great having the Railbreak soundtrack in there now.
Might be fun to try and use for the Outbreak Shades of Horror chromatic split stuff. Might be fun to try and use those unused mode intro takes on the songs too.
Yeah.
I think I did the like one for Looming Dread, one for what was it? God, I can't even remember.
You know where we should do that? When we do the Railbreak crossover, because Ferret's gonna be the announcer for a lot of stuff. For the Railbreak stuff, we should have you be the announcer for the Railbreak stuff when that's in.
Yeah, that would be fun.
As kind of like a fun throwback to it. And then we have to have Corinne do some of the VO too, because she did some of the VO in Railbreak.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
What did I sign up for?
Well, I mean, you made the terrible decision to be here with us, so unfortunately, this is the kind of stuff that's going to happen to you.
Just a reminder, we do have the DualSense giveaway going on still. This is open to U.S. residents only. If you type !ticket and you are following us on Twitch and hang out in the stream, we'll be selecting the winner off stream to receive that prize.
And just to note, the reason why we're doing that is just shipping is a nightmare right now.
Yeah.
So it's just basically we've had to ship internationally before and found like a huge shipping bill at the end of that story, and things are worse now than they've ever been for international shipping. So that's why we're just doing U.S. right now.
Yeah. Just how it be.
Come on, man! This guy's got too much health.
That case?
That case? This is fucking wild. This game is running great, though. I mean, like, PS3 games in general had terrible performance. This is fantastic.
Yeah, it's running very well.
It feels like this is at 720p as well. Like, it's pretty crisp. God, I'm really struggling here.
Typical House of the Dead final boss.
Yeah. I love House of Dead games. I hate the final bosses almost across the board. They're terrible.
Final boss in Railbreak wasn't that bad.
No.
True. We were merciful.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, so easy I beat the game on the hardest difficulty without dying once. But anyway.
That was awesome.
Yeah, did we make that harder in response? Like Looming
I don't
Dread?
know. I know. We certainly we hit the gas pedal on Looming Dread after Corinne's playthrough of that though.
Yeah.
So easy.
Yeah.
Come on, man!
For me.
Yeah, this game makes my trigger finger hurt just watching it.
Yeah, I'm fucking struggling here.
I remember House of the Dead 4 had my finger hurting quite a lot by the end.
Well, the nice thing at least is the guns are
machine
automatic
guns.
in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you had to
this
keep
you gotta-
shaking the gun to reload, and the guns were heavy. So I was like, help.
God. Come on, man!
He's almost, sort of almost dead. Kind of.
Gotta work the groin! Work the
true.
groin!
Yeah, Yuri's revenge will forever haunt Stewie. He's having a temper tantrum, I think.
This is
Probably not good.
That and playing as Corinne. Oh no. Getting the one who can only use melee. It's not exactly the best for staying alive. Let me tell you. On the hardest.
man!
It's always good when his health fills back up.
This boss fight fucking sucks.
It's definitely lengthy. The boss fight's basically like the length of half the game.
This is wild.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've played through House of the Dead 3 all the way.
Lesson on what not to do.
Well, the good news is he's losing health very quickly.
So what's the difference between the green bar and the red bar?
So the orangish bar is like his stun, or essentially like once you break that down, it takes a chunk out of his green health. But in this particular battle, it doesn't really matter. They just both go down. But usually, like, you're shooting something until the orange bar empties, and it takes a chunk out of the green health.
Got it.
You also deal small damage to the green health by shooting, too. Yeah, I remember Goldman talking about that.
Yeah.
This is our future. We'll handle it ourselves. You've got bigger
Oh.
problems to worry about.
You're not my father!
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
gonna
not
start-
Luke!
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna start yelling that randomly at video
You're
games.
not
now.
my
You're
father.
not my father.
When-
I'm no longer bound by the past. I begin walking toward the future.
You are literally standing still.
They're waiting for us.
They ain't having the budget.
Yeah.
Now loading.
Did we actually?
All the budget was used on that final boss.
Did we beat a video game?
Did.
Wow!
The Wheel of Fate.
Taking care of Lisa. Actually, she did a good job taking care of herself. But Rogan, do you think this will change anything?
It's their future. Maybe nothing will change. Maybe everything will be different. We've done our part
We're all done now.
to believe in themselves and walk their own paths.
What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Exactly.
Lisa's starting to sound a lot like you.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that your idea of a joke? I guess things are already starting to change.
Why is his arm so long?
He was born that way.
What's wrong?
Like Lady Gaga.
Could you wait for a second?
You wait for a second? I want to date you.
This was my whole life. Goodbye, Father. I won't let your efforts go to waste.
But you just said you were free of him.
Mm-hmm.
You said you weren't. He wasn't your
He's
father.
like, I'll become
Hold
a
up.
mad scientist too if I don't like how things are going.
Sorry.
This guy is all over the fucking map. Like,
And
I like that Outbreak Outbreak the New Nightmare walking animation with a shotgun, just waving it at their side as they walk.
And look at you.
All right. Hey, look at me. I got
BCCCC.
P's and C's.
I always forget how short this one is compared to 2.
I'm a leading agent. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh my. Okay. The buttons don't work. Oh.
Ass. Yep.
I was
Of course.
expecting something else, but okay.
Saving. See if you unlocked anything in the extras menu.
Oh, that's actually a good idea. Yes. I should be rewarded for that. All right, let's go.
The
Hard.
Oh! Hard mode!
Extra
Extra
contents.
Sega. Okay.
Based. Is this basically like the music video from that Star Wars game?
That's awesome. Oh, we gotta go back to the Star Wars
Oh,
music video at
God.
some point. That was awesome.
I wasn't expecting it to be a video. I was expecting it to be a sub-menu.
Well, actually, what's interesting about this video, though, CMM, is this is clearly arcade footage,
Yeah.
given the better lighting and the better graphics. He's so happy.
Hello, Oda-san.
Okay. Well, that was great extra content,
Is
I'll
this
tell
like
you.
a making of? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
In the 1990s, there weren't too many games that were that offensive. from an ethics and morals point of view.
Yeah, this is
So in
Great
essence,
start.
this is how we start off our behind the scenes.
against things like
Yeah, GTA wasn't
blood spurting out,
it yet.
or projectiles opening up holes in a body, or body parts getting blown off.
These
Oh,
two
yeah,
men
that
are
island
serial
too.
killers.
Decapitation?
Right. Decapitation.
This is getting a little gross, isn't it?
Why would you film this?
See, we make arcade games. And in an arcade, anyone can come by and see the game. Kids can come in, grandmothers can come in.
What?
And still, this guy goes and makes a game like that. Back at the beginning, I wasn't on the project yet. When was that?
96.
So 1995, 1996, something like that. The game had hordes of zombies, and you're shooting them and killing them. I think we only got away with it because of the level of graphic quality at the time. If we did that with modern day graphics, we would have gotten in trouble.
Big trouble.
Definitely.
We actually have never.
Okay, so CMM, after Shades of Horror is out, we have to do a parody film of this.
Not that in his story. It's, well,
You know, when we decided to make Shades of Horror, you know.
The word zombie is too trite. From the beginning, I wanted to use the word creature instead.
yeah, they're not undead either.
Right, not undead. They're actually closer to being created in terms of the story.
But still, when you're sitting around and talking about it, come on. They're zombies.
Is it just me, or would I rather have subtitles and hear their actual
Use that
voices?
word in the game. I try to stay away from that word. However, it
No
will
offense to the
make an
dub.
appearance, but only once. So be on the lookout for it.
Will be?
That's right.
Will be.
Yeah.
Okay. So, going back to challenges that we faced in development, when we would be working on the next game in the series, we'd have to figure out how to do something grotesque.
Oh my God!
Rules.
And also, in terms of story, there's a Japanese comic book called Blackjack.
Oh, I see.
It's there as an underlying influence in the character backstories and whatnot. How do I put this? The main character, Blackjack, isn't always moral. The premise is such that it allows the reader to draw their own conclusion of what's right or wrong. The story unfolds in such a way that characters have their own interpretation of what is good and evil, but there's no one right answer. There's an element of that in the story from the House of the Dead series as well.
Ultimately, we can't make anything that's so disturbing to the player that they don't want to play the game. But the House of the Dead series has always had something that catches you off guard, where you think, oh, that's gotta hurt. We want to keep trying new things.
All right, well,
to make sure we always retain that.
all right, they need to be on a list somewhere. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, that was House of the Dead 3. And now let's take a brief sojourn into House of the Dead 4.
Hi,
I'm
Thorn.
gonna hey Thorn, I'm gonna try one of our GDC Super Nintendo candies. These are a flavor. And I bought these at the bookstore when we were at GDC. They have a really nice bookstore and stuff, and we got some nice apparel and stuff there. And actually, Corinne and Jim, I might have some stuff to send you as well from that. I need to get that into a box for you.
Ooh, thank you.
We grabbed you some fun GDC stuff. So these were Super Nintendo shaped candies, I guess, and
I hope they taste like aged plastic.
they will. I'm sure they are a color purple
Plastic.
that you do not want to eat. So
Mm.
here we go. They have no taste. It's literally there's no taste. It's literally just aged plastic. Like they have no taste. Okay, so the Super Nintendo candies at GDC, I don't recommend it. I do not recommend flying out to California to buy these at the GDC store next year.
At least,
Yeah, so everyone's going to GDC for that.
at least the tin is cute. The tin is cute.
It is. The tin is adorable, which is what drew my eye. So,
Yeah, they're actually Benadryl. Hell yeah, we get to end the stream early tonight. I got him. We got him, R2.
thank you, God. Thank you, God. All right. House of Dead 4 was a few years after House of Dead 3. as one does when
I'm
they
pretty
make
sure that
products.
said Armageddon and not Armageddon.
Look at this guy.
I mean, you know Goldman.
Oh my God! Extra
Helping
content's back.
and helping options. So the thing that's
Look at all these
interesting
great
about
options.
this release of House of the Dead 4 is that it has the House of the Dead 4, what is it? I forget if it's called EX or what it is, but it's like the semi-mini sequel to House of the Dead 4.
Yeah, but I guess you have to unlock
I think you
it
have to probably
afterwards.
unlock it by beating the game, yeah.
All right, we're not gonna play through the whole thing here. Wow, you actually cannot select hard until then.
Yeah, just like in House of the Dead 3.
There's no gratuitous violence option.
Maybe you unlock gratuitous.
They learned their lesson after making a
Brown.
documentary.
I don't want poop
Brown.
blood. I don't want poop blood.
All
That's
right,
even
chat,
worse.
are we doing red or brown blood?
No.
Let's go.
I don't want them to
Let's go live
choose.
to chat.
I don't want them
Zombies
to
are
choose.
poo-poo personified.
But I don't
obviously.
want poop blood.
Oh God. We're doing red. I'm with CMM. I don't want poop
I ain't
blood.
doing poo poo. Oh, make sure you get the. You didn't turn those credits up.
That's fine. We're not going to spend too long here.
Several
I
days
gave it a
later.
full House of Dead 3 playthrough.
Ooh.
Oh, but you can see the massive jump in graphics quality on this one.
Can't.
Wow, the
really
volume's
hear the
even lower in
voices.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll kick it up as soon as we're out of this amazing cutscene. Our backup doesn't sound like that.
So that doesn't sound like our backup. There's your backup.
Escape.
Those are all the weapons I could find.
What the heck are they doing here? Incoming!
All right. Looking for help and options.
Help and
setting.
options. Oh, there we go.
We need to get voice volume way up.
The House of the Dead. The House of the...
Okay.
That should be fun.
Yeah, I think that's probably fine. All right. This game was fairly new when I was living in Japan, which was now almost 20 years ago. But how do I resume game?
That.
But so we lived in a town called Beppu out there. We actually lived on top of a mountain, and we would go down to the town that was at the bottom of the mountain there, and they had a Tokiwa, which is essentially a major department store. They mostly sell like clothing and stuff, and like like perfume, that kind of thing. But at the top floor, they had an arcade and a bookstore up there. And the arcade had a great House of Dead 4 machine in really good shape.
Away from me.
And I used to love going up there when we were ever in town to to eat or hang out with people down there. To go up there and it was 100 yen per play, but they had it set up in a nice way that you could easily play 2-player with yourself and just dual wield for the game.
Oh, hell
And it
yeah.
was awesome. So I used to love going up there to the top floor of the Tokiwa and dual wielding some House of Dead 4. They had great stuff. They had Taiko Drum Master.
Oh, yes.
Tons of great racing and flight games and stuff. But it was actually a really nice arcade. And how do I grenade? Shoot the enemies around you. Okay. How do I grenade? There we go.
Yeah, this game is very obsessed with having you shake the gun.
Yeah.
In various scenarios.
Great graphics, though. I mean, for a PS3 game, and look, it's running at what looks to be probably 60 FPS.
Very solid 60.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
Yeah, the game absolutely
What
looks
is that?
phenomenal.
Never seen anything like it.
It's a
Whoa, that
Shit.
now the voices are really loud.
comes in handy.
Well, can't say you can't hear.
It's like they're in their head.
Up ahead.
Yeah, it feels like I'm thinking the thought instead of
We have to
saying
pick a
it.
path. Which way do we go?
She's very
Hold on.
desperate.
All right.
Yeah, it's gonna drive me nuts too. Maybe 3. Yeah.
Try 3. Yeah.
Hello, Adam. Message deleted.
Good old message deleted.
Not a Twitch message deleted, just manually typed a message deleted.
You sure you want
Good.
to head down?
Yeah, as far as PS3 ports go, this is fantastic. I mean, this is definitely running at 720p.
Yeah. I did buy this on
What did you
PSN.
do with the incident
This is the only home
Yeah,
release of this game.
I know. And
upsets
it's
me.
great that we got an awesome one here.
Never played it.
Well, you never played this? That's crazy.
The only House of the Dead game I played is the second one, and that was at my workplace.
That's fair. Yeah, I wanted to play this for a while, but I didn't want to play
I saw it as a
using an
kid all
analog
the
stick.
time, but my mom said no to arcades all the time. So yeah, I didn't even bother asking.
One interesting thing there is that this game doesn't VSync on because we went from 60 to 30 there in that crowd, and it basically did a full drop down to 30 there. Like
Yeah.
right here, we're at 30 again. And not only are we at 30 here, but when there's a lot of enemies on screen, they're slowing the update on animations. The enemies are updating at like a 15 frames per second animation when we're at VSync of 30. So very likely when I'm at 60, they're actually updating at 30. You can actually see them in the distance there.
Yeah.
Some of the animations up front are smooth. Some in the background are at half frame rate. And probably the dudes all the way in the back are probably even at quarter frame rate.
Yeah, some good tricks.
Yeah. For anybody curious, there was no screen space reflections at this point in time. So this game, when you see a reflection, it is just doing model doubling. But what is cool is that there is specular materials in this game. You can kind of see that they are a little shiny and stuff, and that was becoming more common at this time.
Destruction. The elevator pod is just beyond.
And then obviously a hefty amount of bump mapping, especially on the models and stuff.
I love Claymation too, Tharn.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously his coat does not have that level of detail. It's just some texture tricks.
We've got to get free.
You can even see with the guy's hand there too, because that's a pretty big texture on him. It's all just a little bit of bump mapping on there. But you can see here, this is just reversing. That's not a reflection of the room. They're just basically reversing the textures there to duplicate it. It's also why the models are not showing up the reflection, but the environment is, because they're basically just faking it.
It's coming.
The water here is just a transparent texture. Something else interesting too, as you see with the larger monsters here, their texture resolution drops. Like the detail is much lower on them versus the zombies, which are actually much smaller.
Yeah.
And that's because they're both running at the same texture resolution. So as the mesh gets bigger for the larger monsters and stuff, you're just stretching the texture, essentially. But this right here, the reflections you're seeing here, this is just basically faked. It's a transparent texture for the water, and then simply below it is just reversing essentially the room's graphics below it. It's kind of a good way to say it. It's also why the reflections don't really change all that much based on your viewing angle as I'm getting knocked down and stuff, because it's not really any form of a real reflection. It's just duplicating geometry and doing some texture bullshit.
And you put a footprint on your face.
That's right. This game had footprint technology.
Where do you think you're going?
Play away from me.
Yeah.
You can see it on his chest. It's very apparent on the chest as they had to stretch out the textures there. The quality is just dreadful on him.
I like how he just drop kicks you.
Okay, so the grenade did play in the cutscene. I threw it right there at the cutscene just to see what would happen.
Yeah.
The grenade did actually render and there was a screen flash.
The battle had started again.
Poo-poo sludge.
Yum.
That was actually kind of a nice little effect they were doing there. They were just changing basically the scale of the mesh there a little bit as it was kind of fading away there. But it did create that nice little effect though that he was like kind of dissolving.
Yeah.
they couldn't dissolve him though, and that's why the camera freezes here, right? Because you could shrink a little bit, but there's not much more you can do with the model than that. And at that point, you just freeze frame and be like, yeah, he was gonna totally fade away.
Is this your first time here?
Yeah, there's something I need to look into.
Is this still Lisa?
I can't shake the feeling.
I don't remember if it's a different person or not.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
I like her
The
boots.
big upgrade here though is the specular materials and stuff though on their jackets and stuff. When you compare this graphically against House of Dead 3, the big difference is texture resolution's increased, polygonal count on the models is increased, but specular materials is huge.
That might be an earthquake. Could be something worse.
Lost. Great
On
show.
a regular basis.
I've got a bad feeling about this. What the heck is going on outside?
The face models are actually pretty good in this.
Yeah, they're not bad.
But there's no real normal mapping on their faces, which is why the faces appear very smooth.
Oh, give me a break.
Because it just really wasn't a thing.
Oh, it's the poo-poo
But you can see
people.
right, but you can see the level of detail on them is much, much higher than that monster because it's the same texture resolution, smaller mesh.
Yeah. They
So
look
I think
like
we'll call it there.
Chewbacca.
We don't. Yeah, they look like Chewbacca. I do want to see quick. Do we have Overkill installed here? I don't think so.
Nope.
No, I don't think so. What disc is in the drive?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Let's play the wheel. What
The
what
mystery
disc is in
game.
the fucking drive? Yeah. Is there even a disc in the drive? I guess maybe it'll be like there's no disc in the drive.
Maybe it'll just say that you're dumb.
It's doing something.
Sure is.
Okay, there we go.
Let's see what
Here's
it is.
sound again. Like, I'm curious what we would have had a disc in for, because like Resident Evil 2 and 3 is digital on this. Did it crash? I think it crashed.
I think it may have crashed.
Yeah.
Crash Bandicooted. Oh wait,
What's
it's
Resident
Capcom. Yep.
Oh, it's Resident Evil Survivor!
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's right! Well, I mean...
Yeah, that tracks.
I mean, we have to... this is on, so we're doing House of Dead, so we got to spend at least 1 minute in this.
Yeah.
Load game?
Yeah,
We've saved games?
We played this on stream, remember?
Survivor.
I don't remember that. Did we save?
We played a little bit. I don't know if we saved. It'd be funny if
I didn't
it's
even
like,
remember that
no,
there
you
was
don't-
saving in this game. No save.
Fail and save.
No. Slot 2? No. When do you save in this game?
Resident Evil.
Resident.
Survivor.
So for people who, were not alive 26 years
You
ago
mean
now,
Corn?
this did actually have gun con support.
I was 26 years ago.
And were you playing this?
No.
I like the sadness in the no.
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 This game is notable for being well. There's a lot to talk about here that I will talk technical stuff here in a bit, but it has the greatest main character who we're about to be introduced to. He's a legend.
Where an outbreak occurred.
For people who are curious, this game was released, I believe, in 2000. This was after Resident Evil 3, right before Code Veronica. It is a train wreck. And yes, those are the Resident Evil 2 models for the zombies.
Stewie says he wasn't even a cell when this came out.
What year did this come out?
I think it was 2000. It was after
I was
3
5.
before Code Veronica. So you
So I
were
was
playing
5.
this.
No, I didn't play any M-rated games, so I was like at least 8.
Jaded
Was
was
this
20
M-rated?
years old when it released. I'm sorry, Jaded.
The hero of our story.
The fire? Yeah.
The fire is the hero of the story.
Brr. Now I'm warm.
It's James.
He's looking for Mary.
Never ends.
It never ends.
It never end. It will never end. We're gonna die here. Looking for Mary.
In all the wrong places.
My head aches. My head aches and I can't remember.
Anything.
Yeah, I can't remember. Pause. Anything. My only hope is this
quest
gun.
in Shades of Horror that
No!
goes find Mary, and I'm like, oh boy, here we go again.
This is like such a James way of waking up. My head hurts. My only hope is this gun.
Where am I? Oh.
Where am I?
That is not the stream's compression. It has terrible motion blur in this game. It is an awful scene duplication motion blur. It is terrible when you see it. So this is kind of a fun one, right? Because this is a light gun game, and it did support the gun con. But you do actually have free movement for most of the game, and I believe you do have an inventory and everything here too. Yes. I like that handgun bullets were an item in this, and they're unlimited, which is always funny here. And it was just handgun A. Some cool stuff to point out here is that I believe this is the first Resident Evil game that actually has a 3D environment rendered that you can walk around in. Given that the games before this were just 2D images, and they kind of faked 3D models on 2D backgrounds. Honest to God, the screen resolution here is not terrible. The game is running at what feels like a VSync 30, but it's very unresponsive because there's a really shitty motion blur effect going over the screen here. But I do want to at least go to the first cutscene because it's one of the cutscenes of all time.
I love stuff of the all time.
Yeah, this is a character introduction of all time.
Well, that other one was already a character introduction of all time. My head aches, and I can't remember anything.
Captain Keys, is that you?
Captain Keys?
You look familiar, but...
Your head hurts and you're shaking your head?
He's got
That's not
yaoi
good.
hands. Just saying.
The name Ark Thompson.
Ark Thompson, huh?
The greatest name ever made.
For anything. I know that this was no way for anyone to die.
Mary?
What?
Oh, you're not Mary.
You just wanted to shake your hand. Jeez.
You did. And during combat, the frame rate goes to shit, as you saw there. So yeah, this is actually kind of a cool entry in Resident Evil. It was not received very well though, because this was after Resident Evil 3, and Code Veronica was known about it this time. And if you go back and read the reviews for this game when it came out, they are not kind to it. It does get some props for technical stuff, like where I'm in a full 3D environment here. The environments are not detailed at all, as you can see from a mesh perspective. It's literally 90-degree angled walls the entire way through the game. So that's kind of cool. I mean, obviously the lighting is all baked, and there's just a terrible filter over the game as you move, which just kills it all for this. So it's kind of like a fun title to exist, but the game is not fun. And outside of technical stuff, there's nothing really to talk about here. It's a terrible game with a great main character's name, and that's it. All right, so with that, we're gonna bounce on away from the PS3 over to the PC, and we're gonna take a quick revisit on the House of the Dead 2 remake because we can turn on the original soundtrack, which CMM figured out that we could do. So,
Yippee!
Yippee!
1 second here, best friends. And we can quickly look at all the games we're never going to play. We're never going to play Twisted Metal 2. I would like to actually, one thing before we go. Echo Knight. Because we've talked about this on stream, and I don't know if we'll ever actually get to a playthrough. So it is worth looking at this. This was a survival horror game right around the same time as Resident Evil Survivor. It takes place on a